What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and this is perhaps one of the biggest epic woke backfires that we've seen from a corporation yet this year. Now, of course, if you were following along, you remember M&Ms and their, well, we're getting rid of all of our gendered M&Ms and all this kind of stuff, which ended up in a massive backlash. And the backlash was so big that they actually reversed what they had said, which meant people were actually out there not buying their products. And now for, I guess it's International Women's Month or Day or something, I don't know, but Hershey's decided that they would represent International Women's Day with a biological man. And of course, it's been an absolute disaster. Every time one of these companies decides to wade into the murky waters of politics, this is exactly what happened. Every time M&M's does this, every time Hershey's did this, this is literally exactly why I started Coffee Brand Coffee. Like, I could make more money if I put my face on here. I could make more money if I had like Own the Libs promo codes, but I don't want to do that. I just want to sell high quality products to people everywhere. So this video is sponsored by Coffee Brand Coffee, a company that is 100% apolitical, will never tell you how to vote, who to support, who to back. All we want to do is make the highest quality, fresh roast to order coffee. And if you haven't yet, I want today to be the day that you try us out first. So I'm giving a 10% discount, 10 off, promo code 10OFF will save you 10% off your entire order. That goes for our brand new hazelnut churro flavor, our blueberry cobblers, our decaf, our double caffeine. We have everything that all the big guys sell. We even have our Roaster's Choice program, K-Cups. If you try us out, I'm sure that you will absolutely love us. If you don't love tea or coffee, we have a dozen organic teas that are absolutely delicious. We have real cacao cocoa. Hopefully, you'll stop by today, coffeebrandcoffee.com, link in the description. Make today the day that you try out a company that stays apolitical and also has a really awesome product. So today on Twitter, many things were trending. My dogs are playing, if you might hear them. I assure you, no matter what it sounds like, they are playing. They're German Shepherds. It sounds, rough, but they're just playing. Number one, I see Hershey hates women trending. You see, hi Hershey's, why do you let a man who hates women and wants to silence us represent women on International Women's Day? Here's a post by the person that, okay, well, it's a trans individual, in case you haven't put that together, who wrote, I actually do want a political environment in which TERFs are so vilified that they don't dare speak their views publicly, let alone act on them. Shut them down. Now, the commercial in question, which has got Get Woke, Go Broke, Hershey's Hates Women's, Boycott Hershey's, these are all of the top commercials. And it's because they went to, look, these are calculated moves, but what's happening is the tide's turning. And what's happening is the backlash is getting so big. People are so tired of this that even people on the left are pointing out the absolute pandering. You see Leftism for You tweeting, Hershey's putting the face of a trans woman on a chocolate bar wrappers with Hershey highlighted in honor of International Women's Day. Hershey's is erasing women. That's Ruby getting frustrated that Huck won't play with her.
My name.
So I don't want to play the audio, but yes, you have Faye Johnstone, a biological man, and is a 2SLGBTQIA plus advocate. But this is who is on the face of the chocolate bar. I'm really getting tired of this clear, concerted, planned attack on womanhood by major brands out there. It's one, by the way, that women have to fight back against. Men, we've been told for years that our opinions don't matter and that we shouldn't be in talking about women's issues. We just saw this the other day where a high school girls basketball team forfeited a playoff game, essentially eliminating themselves from an opportunity for a championship because the opposing team was allowing a biological male to play on an all-girls basketball team. This is how this fight is won. When you have these biological men swimming in competitions against biological women, The women should not leave the starting blocks. They should just stand there and let that person swim all by themselves, because this is a mockery. There's never been a more concerted attack on the definition of woman in our life. And there's never been more reason to push back. Like, if this upsets you with Hershey's, then you have to remember that you cannot buy their products. Boycott, and by the way, it's a lot of products. Hershey's, Boycott, and by the way, nobody needs it anyway. Everyone's trying to lose weight right now, myself included. No, ain't nobody need no Hershey's products. By the way, there's plenty of other people who sell chocolate. Even Coffee Brand Coffee sells delicious chocolate-covered espresso beans. Some social media users, are you kidding me? It was trending #1 in the world. Called for a boycott of Hershey's product over its decision to include transgender women in its International Women's Day. Look, trans people probably have a whole month already anyway. It's called, I don't know if they're included in Gay Pride Month or not. I don't care. International Women's Day is about women, biological women. And while you get to generate a bunch of clout, all this does is give me a great opportunity to remind people that nobody needs any product that Hershey's makes. In fact, their product is making this country fat and die young. The chocolate manufacturer brought back its She Bar for the third time March 1st to shine a light on women and girls who inspire us every day. Okay, well then why'd you put a biological man on the wrapper? In Canada, it's being branded as Her, with bars featuring the faces of 5 women chosen to be part of the campaign. One of those chosen is Faye Johnson, a biological male. I'm not using their language. Who said they were honored to be featured. Transgenders' rights is an issue that is deeply polarizing. No, it isn't. You have the same rights as anybody else, period. Name a single right in this country that you don't have that everyone else has. This is one of the biggest lies told by this community and perpetuated by mainstream media, just like early during third wave feminism. All right. In the U.S., a 2022 survey by Pew Research found that 38% of Americans believe society had gone too far in accepting trans people, while 36% said it had not gone far enough. How about nobody gives a crap? What happened to that America? You know, what happened to just, buggering off and not giving, like, you can go paint your face and do whatever you want, but you're not a biological woman. You will never be a biological woman. And this is the absolute truth of it. Of course, the tweet, the chocolate's out of the wrapper, honored to be featured in this campaign. It's currently received, let's see, I don't know, I assume there's a massive ratio. You have the candy bars, cookies and cream, candy franchise. We still have a long way. This is one of the best parts about it. We still have a long way to go in the fight to end misogyny, patriarchy, and gender-based bad behavior. I'm sorry, I can't possibly think of a more misogynistic group than a more misogynistic act than a biological man inserting themselves to be celebrated on a day that is intended for women. There is a no bigger. So many of these activists are some of the most misogynistic people on the planet. Mia Cathell, like, I don't even go. It's like, absolutely getting ratioed into believing that leftism writes you're a man, not a woman. Thus providing that men are better than even at International Women's Day. Mighty white dude of you, making everything about you. Sorry to say it, but it's International Women's Day, not Men's Day. This is a day for women. This is like literally everybody. And it's like, what do you think does more damage to I've talked about this often, the trans brand, right? Like being trans, trying to exist and just live your life like anyone else. This kind of crap, you know what I mean? Like, do you think this does more good or more evil for, does it cause more division when 99.9% of the population, especially all of the women out there are starting to get sick of this crap. I mean, you even have people like J.K. Rowling getting out there and saying, defending that these women's spaces... That's a woman you hear barking too. But in these women's spaces are being taken over by biological men, women's sports, women's locker rooms, women's gyms, all this stuff. You are not a woman. That is just the biological fact of it. I'm not saying that you're a bad person or that people need to be mean to you or anything like that. I don't support that. But when you have corporations... Okay, I had to pause it there. They were getting a little intense. But I mean, you have, again, what does this do for more trans acceptance? You don't get more trans acceptance by trying to erase women. That's just the cold, hard facts of this. I mean, if you just look at Twitter, all of the top trending hashtags, at least that I saw, were related to this. Boycott Hershey's, get woke, go broke. Here's Hershey, number 5. Go woke, go broke, I saw earlier today. This is obviously a big deal. Here's misogyny trending, which is, I'm sure, related to that. I mean, there's absolutely nothing empowering about trying to erase women. And it's just sickening that this stuff keeps cropping up. There's nothing wrong with being trans. There's nothing wrong with living your life. But when you are trying to pretend, here, hey, get woke, go broke through the ages, you see all this kind of stuff. I mean, yes, you put a biological man on a chocolate bar. All I can say is none of us need chocolate bars to live. And there are hundreds of other producers. Perhaps you even have one locally, or a company, for example, like Coffee Brand Coffee, will give you a promo code. Make today the day. Speak. I don't want to get political. I want to get apolitical. 10 off. CoffeeBrandCoffee.com. Vote with your dollar. Support companies that stay apolitical. Coffee, tea, cocoa, all put together, produced right here in the United States of America. And I would love to have your support, and screw Hershey's completely. Hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll talk to you again real soon.